Hello, good morning, and welcome to Sunrise Sports on 3FM 92.7. You can also catch us on Facebook on 3FM 92.7. Well, as the international football break and national team football takes over for the next 10 days in Africa as the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifies, and the Black Stars have a doubleheader against the Palancas Negras of Angola, with the first match being played at the Barbara Sports Stadium. General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison, says the Barbara Sports Stadium is very ready to host the game on Thursday, the 23rd of March.
A lot of work has gone into it. We got the conditional approval to play the match in Kumasi. At that stage, we could have hosted the match, but we wanted to do a bit more, and so that's why we created the opportunity for the managers of the place to have the free hand and the free space to work and improve even better as we wait for the match. So we had a meeting between the ministry, the National Sports Authority, and then the Football Association, a very successful one. We put the plans together, and so far we are abiding by the tenets of that plan, and I think we'll have a successful match.
So that is from the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association. Now, he has revealed there is no influence in national team selection by the Football Association as being speculated.
The quotation attributed to the president of the FA and also the voice, and in no place in that voice did he say he will make input into the thing. Let's take journalists. I've been a journalist before, the president a journalist before. When the list, as FA, when the list is given to us by the coach, it stands to reason that we may ask one or two questions so that we appraise ourselves. You are asking me a question now. Assuming I don't know anything about the list, then it means I have nothing to offer about the squad, where they will stay, what the coach wants to do. So the coach discussed this with the FA things, and we must be in the know. Being in the know doesn't mean that you are forcing the coach to make a selection. I will not do that. The president will not do that. Anybody, all the people at the F. The word imputing has been used a number of times, but go back to the statement.
So that is from Prosper Harrison, the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association. Now, Black Stars coach Chris Hughton will be officially unveiled in Kumasi this morning at 10. The venue is the Sementia Golden Mall in Aja. There will also be opportunity for the media to cover and ask questions. Prosper does not want the tag of influence in selection to create a negative image for the coach. Well, for those who don't know, Chris Hughton visited Kumasi yesterday, and he was at the Mensha Palace to celebrate the Akwesi Day with Otumfo Zaitu, as well as other paramount chiefs in the Ashanti Traditional Council.
We'll go to Kumasi. I'm sure media would ask questions. But the mere fact of asking questions for the coach to explain or give insight to why he's come out with his list. And don't forget, the coach alone doesn't even do the list. He has a technical team. The assistant coaches are there. They all monitor. They all share ideas and come up. But it's the coach's list. And they stand by it, and then they work with it. When we say somebody has made an input or influencing selection, we demean the stature of the coach and the forthrightness of the coach. I think that we can ask questions, but we can't change selection.
So that is from Prosper Harrison Ado. Now, the Professional Football Association of Ghana were at the funeral of Christian Achu to pay their last respect. Yesterday, Achu's wife, as well as his children and other close friends, had to visit Ada, where he was buried, to pay a visit to the tomb. Well, Samuel Oseikofo, who is the president of the PFA, as well as Felix Annan, who is the leader of Achu's group during the time at final, has spoken about their late friend.
I mean, there's nothing for you to say, because if those things happen, it happened because it has to happen. And we all have to bear in mind that he was a good guy, amazing person. We lost a great person. That's the only thing that I can say now. It's a sad day, but I'm glad the nation has been able to give me a befitting burial. And then I just want to thank the whole Ghanaians and everybody for the love they have shown to our brother. And then may he rest in peace, and then we are forever going to love him.
So that is from Felix Anan and Samuel Oseko. For now, Georgia Free, former vice president of the Ghana Football Association, as well as Denta Mwate, who were close with Christian Acho, have also spoken about the interested figure he was during his life, his time on earth.
Lived an exemplary life, a life worth emulation, a life worth everybody emulating. He was very humble, very affable. He has an infectious smile every day. He was so dedicated to football, and he also dedicated his life to humanity. His generous life must be emulated by all. We must all learn to be very humble in this world.
I think he's left such an impactful legacy. I mean, when his death came, the social media, the uproar of how people felt about him and what he's done for the community. I think that his legacy will live on, and I'm sure that the children, the mother, will carry on that legacy in the family as well. So I wish the family shedding.
That is it then. Now to the Ghana Premier League. Asante Kotoko produced a dominant first half to defeat Samatex 2-1 at Summerboy on match day 22 of the Bet Power Ghana Premier League. Samatex coach Ano Walker was left in disappointment.
If I'm not telling lies, because this is not a match we should have lost. We gave away 2 cheap goals to Kotoko, and I think this has cost me a lot. This on the match. So it's really a painful defeat to me.
Well, a very painful defeat for Ano Walker, but his opposing number assistant coach for Kotoko, Orlando Wellington, was happy bagging all 3 points.
I feel very great, but still we have a lot of work to do, because in the second half they mount a lot of pressure on us, because what I told them is to keep the ball in the half of the opponent, not our own half, because they committed a lot of fouls against us. Only that our opponent couldn't utilize the fouls that they got against us. I'm sure it will be a turning point if they still play according to instructions and they be tactically disciplined. It will be a turning point for the team.
It's going to be a turning point for the team. Now, Hearts of Folk thank Caleb Amankwa for his late winner in added time, as Kotoko Royals had their resilience broken after 96 minutes of football. A 1-0 loss it was for Kotoko Royals. House of Folk coach, assistant coach David Oklu spoke after the victory.
Yes, I told you it's going to be a difficult game, because they are down, so they will come with a multiple effort, and that is what they did. But kudos to John, he has done a yeoman's job. Yeah, the boys played very well. But don't forget, we are the never say die lads. The strikers are moving well, even though they are not getting the goals during open play, but they are getting the set pieces, which is good. Linda is getting to know the last more. So as time goes on, I think the telepathy will come, because during the first half, you could say that they are not getting the movement very well, because Linda is new to them, but very soon they will come up.
While Oklu worked with Johnny Drafo, who is currently the coach for Kotoko Royals during their time at Asante Kotoko, winning last season's league as assistant to Prosper Nateogum. Despite being rooted at the base of the Ghana Premier League table, Johnson Drafo is hopeful they will not be relegated.
A little loss of concentration, but I'm so much impressed by the performance of my team. It's just a hard luck. Yeah, we will survive. I am very confident that we will survive. We will do everything possible to win the rest of the matches ahead and survive. As I have already said, a little loss of concentration at the tail end of the game, and that gave them the goal. It's part of the game. Sometimes in a game of football like this, it happens. So I'm not much worried, though. It's very hurtful, but it's one of those things in the game. So
one of those things in the game, Tamale City defeated Dreams FC 3-1, Bechem United 3, Karela United 1, Mediama 2, Great Olympics 0, RTU settled for a goalless draw against Brekum, Chelsea and Inswaterman thrashed Accra Lions 3-0 this afternoon. Ada Brankesek and Faisal play against Gold Stars, and in Accra, Legon Cities welcome league leaders Adriana FC. Now Barcelona defeated Real Madrid 2-1 to extend their lead at the top of the La Liga table to 12 points. Real took an early lead with a bizarre own goal from Ronald Arajo, but Xavi's side leveled before halftime with a neat finish from Sergio Roberto, while substitute Marco Asensio for Real Madrid had a goal ruled off after a VAR check. But at the Camp Nou, it was Ivorian international Frank Kessie who slot home from a slick counter-attack in stoppage time to give them the victory. Kessie after the winner.
This was a very important goal for me in a Clásico at home at Camp Nou. It was the goal 3000 for Barca in La Liga at Camp Nou, so that's very special to me.
Very special for him. Let's have a listen to Xavi Hernandez.
Well, it's an amazing win for us. No, now the difference is 12 points. We are very happy. We're very satisfied with the performance. I think it's fair. The result is fair. We deserve this result. I'm really happy. Really happy. We celebrate with the fans. The environment today was unbelievable. So I'm really happy. It's a good day for the culés. It's a good day for celebrating the result.
Well, moving away to England, Mikel Arteta's thoughts after Arsenal's 4-1 victory over Crystal Palace, a win that sends them 8 points clear at the top, with Manchester City having a game in hand and 5 consecutive Premier League victories.
Yeah, we were really happy right from the beginning. We wanted to put Thursday night away, and all the excuses about 120 minutes and put them to bed show the desire, determination, energy and quality that we showed today, and I was sure that we was going to win the game. And the boys did it. They had a really good performance, scored 4 beautiful goals. Unfortunately conceded a goal, but it was enough to win the game. I don't know, we will go to Leeds and try to play better than Leeds and earn the right to win the game, and that's the focus that we have.
The focus for Arsenal after the international break. Now Chelsea settled for a 2-0 draw against Everton, and Southampton also drew 3-0 with Tottenham Hotspur. In France, PSG fell to their first league defeat since April 2021 at home, as Rennes completed a league double over the runaway leaders. Karl Toko Ekambi and Arnold Kalimwendo scored their goals. Reims also saw their 19-match unbeaten run stopped by the defeat to Olympique Marseille. Alexis Sanchez with a brace, but following Balogun, who is a loanee from Arsenal, scored his 17th goal of the season. Now Ezekiel Palacios scored 2 penalties as Bayer Leverkusen defeated FC Bayern Munich, who missed the chance to also return to the top of the Bundesliga. Joshua Kimmich scored the opener, but the German champions had to succumb to Amin Adli, who was brought down twice in the penalty box for the goals to be scored. Borussia Dortmund, however, thrashed Cologne 6-1 on Saturday. So you look at the table, and the result leaves Bayern second, 1 point behind Dortmund, who are currently on 53 points. Now Manchester United had to come back from behind to beat Fulham 3-1 at Old Trafford. Erik ten Hag believes his side are on the right path and outlined they must maintain a positive form.
In the position where we want to be. We are definitely in the position we want to be. And we battled for it, we deserved it, but trophies will be won in the end of the season. And we are in the position to win trophies. But we have to fight for it. And we need a whole squad, because we already played from Christmas on every third, fourth day a game. We'll continue till the end of the season. But that is what we love. That will give us energy. When you can compete for trophies in the position where you want to be, that gives fuel and so energy.
So that is from Erik ten Hag. Now Fulham boss Marco Silva says Alexander Mitrovic should control his emotions, but feels the striker does not deserve a long ban for shoving. Referee Chris Kavanagh at Old Trafford. Mitrovic, winger William and Silva were all shown the red card in a chaotic couple of minutes that turned a dramatic FA Cup tie with Manchester United on his head. Marco Silva reflects on the deciding moment of the game, which saw him receive a red card as well as the 2 Fulham players.
Even when the decision came or before the decision came, because I got the red card before the decision came, and if I got the red card because I was out of my area, and that is the reason for the referee to give me a red card, I have to accept, because I didn't say anything that for sure make him to give me the red card. Even he didn't listen what I said to him. But of course, I repeat again, if I'm out of my area and there's a reason for him to give the red card for me in the moment that he's watching the screen, I have to accept it. And if you ask me if I should, with the penalty, with the red card, with 2 moments in their box, in that Mitro was involved, and no one checked, no one cared about the situation, and that's it. Unfortunately for us, we have been really unlucky with Chris Kavanagh this season, many moments already, and it's difficult to understand some of the decisions.
So now Manchester City will be playing against Championship side Sheffield United in the FA Cup semi-finals, while Brighton will play Manchester United. City progressed to the last 4 with a 6-0 win over Burnley on Saturday, and the Blaze beat Blackburn 3-2 on Sunday before Brighton ended League 2. Grimsby's dream ran to the last 8 with a 5-0 victory. Both semi-finals will take place at the Wembley Stadium across the weekend of 22nd and 23rd April. Now, finishing off with some tennis news. Elena Rybakina avenged her defeat in the Australian Open final by beating Arina Sabalenka in straight sets 7-6, 6-4 for her maiden WTA 1000 triumph. It marks her first win over the world number 2 in 5 attempts. And in the men's division, Carlos Alcaraz completed a dominant run to his maiden BNP Paribas Open title on Sunday with a 6-3, 6-2 stunner against Daniel Medvedev. The 19-year-old Spaniard, who did not lose a set in 6 Indian Wells matches, will return to world number 1 in Monday's Pepperstone ATP rankings behind his trophy triumph. That's all I have for you this morning on Sunrise Sports on 3FM 92.7. Don't forget, Chris Hutton is being unveiled today in Kumasi. Follow 3 Sports GH and 3FM 927 on all socials to bring you the very latest from Kumasi, the Cementia Golden Mall, as Chris Hutton is being unveiled. Happy birthday to Nana Kwabna Osei to General Manager for Sika FM in Kumasi, and also to Fred. Yes, a happy birthday to you, brother. May the good Lord continue to bless you. Enjoy the rest of your morning with Johnny Hughes, William Esiru, and the rest of the team. But before that, DJ Phil serves you with some very, very fine tunes.